Yes, my name is Sean Quinn, and I am from Adelaide, uh, technically. I did used to live in Queensland, still kept my Queensland accent, obviously. I actually started in Brisbane doing open mics. Done a comedy workshop here with a few guys, and then didn't do it for didn't do any comedy for another year, and then started nervously getting back up on open mics around the Brisbane region for a couple of years, and just took it from there. And then I moved to Adelaide, got involved in the Fringe, and for the past couple of years I've been doing shows with some mates, and this year is my first sort of full show, full 50 minutes. Yeah. Well, I still work I'm actually a social worker come cognitive behavioral therapist. So what I've been trying to do with this show is combine the two, the story of me working in mental health and my comedy. Uh, so that's what I'm doing both at the minute. So similar in a way. Best part about being a comedian is that moment when you're on stage and something spontaneous happens. That's probably why I started doing comedy. It's just always enjoyed being a smart arse with people in school, teachers, police officers, just that moment on stage where something spontaneous happens and you can react with a crowd audience member, something you weren't expecting, and you're just in a certain sort of zone. Being there, brilliant. The 5 minutes before getting up there, the anticipatory anxiety, that's still an issue. That makes it horrible. That's when you question everything about you and the world. But up there, it's pretty good, the performing. I enjoy that part of it now, you would hope. My first gig was, well, that was it, yeah. Actually, we had like an end of workshop performance, which was up, I think, in St. Paul's in the inner north of Brisbane CBD. So the first gig was like with other graduates, shall we say, and sellout crowd. Not many people had seen stand-up comedy before, and everybody killed. It was fantastic. Word I said, they were laughing, friends and family, other people's friends and family go, "This is brilliant." Walked off. I've got this. This is easy. I know what to do now. Comedy's easy. Where's the next gig? Then, of course, you do the next gig at an open mic, and you end up getting heckled by a pokey machine, and it turns out to be a lot more difficult than that. Uh, now you're talking to someone from the north of Ireland here, so you're talking about comedy here, are we? A night that I bombed. I use my skills as a sort of mental health worker and therapist to bury them deep down inside, and so I'm going to have to draw something up here. Listen, it's hard to know. Where do you ever really bomb? I mean, you're always learning something, aren't you? You know, that's the sort of way I look upon it. That's the sort of bullshit I tell myself. You know what I mean? There was one, that person smiled a lot. She really got it. Everybody else walked out, but no, she really got it. It can happen anywhere. You know what I mean? I think really that's it, isn't it? You know, in order to keep getting up and doing this, you can't really think of it like that. You know, it's just like, well, that was the night. What can I learn from it? Move on. Who are some of my favorite comedians? Listen, some of them, like, since being over here, you know, like when I first started out, Damien Power was, you know, like getting up there. He was hosting a lot of the gigs and stuff. So obviously you feel a bit of a relationship with Damien and seeing him grow and develop, and then just his style of comedy is fantastic, you know. And he's great, you know. And I talk about some of the local acts down there, you know, like Mickey D and stuff in Adelaide, who's fantastic as well. Then looking further afield, some of those. I'm not so much into the big American comics. Although I did go and see Theo Vaughn recently, a mate of mine was supporting him. I really enjoyed him. He was really good. So like I watch comedy, I enjoy comedy, but I'm not an avid sort of like every Netflix special. I watch all of them, but I do enjoy some of them. I suppose there's been a couple. I suppose, you know, doing that first gig, that was a highlight, and then it sort of dips and you fuck about. Then I managed to win like a raw heat here at this club years ago. Didn't make it through to the final after that, but nevertheless. And then I think it's just been, you know, getting each mark, you know, getting up and performing at, you know, Adelaide Fringe, Perth Fringe, and Melbourne Comedy Festival, and that's probably been the highlight so far. Maybe not so much in Australia, but I know people in the UK and the US talk about, like, you know, the crowds are sensitive and you can't say certain things, and I don't think that's reached Brisbane yet. But listen, has it changed that much? I don't know. There's a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of people doing it. I think it's different. You really have to promote yourself now, don't you? You have to really get on things like this, YouTube, Facebook, and push yourself. And there's different ways of becoming known, and rather than getting out and performing on a stage by doing comedy. So yeah, I suppose it's being aware of that and getting your content for your Insta and stuff like that. I haven't got much content for my Insta. I think I need to do that. Yeah, don't do it, mate. Don't do it. It's hard enough to get gigs as it is. Listen, it's like anything. Just like, to use a sort of therapy term, constant exposure. Keep doing it. That's the only way. Like, it's just keep doing it. Get your 5 minutes in check. Then get your 10 minutes and just go out so you can smash it. Something that works, and just learning how to be on stage is what I'm still doing. You know what I mean? Still developing that, and relaxing, and then the material along with that. But yeah, just keep doing it and have a good perspective on a bomb, as I say as well. That's the key message, if there is one to take away from this. Listen, I'm sort of really interested in developing this show that involves my working in mental health. It's a sort of combination of two things, and I'm sort of hoping to develop into that something I can travel with it. That's really my aim. You know what I mean? It's sort of to come to that level where I can sort of like travel, do the festivals, and keep meeting people and developing and growing and being a better individual. So listen, Sit Down Comedy Club. Great to be back in Brisbane, the Sunshine State. Fantastic to be here. If you want to see more of me, I'll be doing the festivals next year. Adelaide, Perth, hopefully Melbourne as well. If you want to see a funny Irish man who talks about mental health, get on my Facebook page, Sean Quinn, at the two E's, Sean Quinn, SeanQuinn. Thank you very much.